Hey guys, Caitlin here. Welcome back to Generation What? Today's hot topic, we're talking about the phrase, okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer.
I'm sure you've probably heard about it in one form or another, maybe on the news, it's kind of blown up. This phrase really tells us a lot about the generations right now. First of all, what is this? Where did this even come from? Where did this whole okay, boomer thing come from? You've probably seen it accompanied by some memes or videos. Essentially, the point is that younger generations, specifically we're looking at millennials and Generation Z, have kind of gotten fed up with the name calling, with the outdated notions that they feel like some boomers are giving them. So for example, when boomers are making millennials or Gen Zers out to be lazy, not wanting to work for what they get, being entitled, this whole participation trophy thing, these generations have just had enough of it. And so their kind of retort was, okay, boomer. As in, okay, we've heard enough from you of this generation that they are saying, is causing massive climate change, is causing the economy to be ruined. So it's essentially become kind of this huge generational conflict that's come up. And boomers are so offended by it and hate this so much that they're equating it to like being called a curse word if someone says okay boomer to them at work or in real life or just even on social media. They're becoming extremely offended. It really tells us a lot about generations, about how, first of all, this is so cyclical, right? Generations will always have issues. It's not a new thing. This has been around for a while, forever, since Socrates' time. In fact, this has always been an issue where young people are frustrated at older people. I mean, come on, we're frustrated at our parents, when we're saying like, you don't understand my life, you don't know what's going on now, like you have these outdated notions of what the world is like. And then parents or adults getting frustrated with the younger generation saying, you're not working as hard as I did. You're not doing it the same way that I did. You're wanting all this change when that's not how life works. Anytime we're using words like this, we're really just creating bigger and bigger rifts between generations. And that's exactly what I stand against. Now, the issue with this is that obviously there's name calling, which is resulting in more name calling. So people are blaming entire generations for massive issues like climate change, like the economy, recession coming, all of these things people are just lumping in as the fault of an entire generation. And this is extremely ageist and generationalist, if you will. And it's something that unless we start to create huge systemic cultural change about how we think about other people, how we think about the world around us, this will just continue to happen. And it has continued for hundreds and thousands of years. This is probably something that's happening within your own teams, within your own workplace or organization right now. And you may or may not notice it, but it's probably there. Like there's this inherent young person who's saying, okay, boomer, rolling their eyes when the boomer is not looking. And then there's this boomer rolling their eyes and saying, God, this, snowflake of a generation. And it's there and it's inherent. And it's not until we focus in and we can actually pull that out and we can figure out how to understand each other better, work together better through the Generation What Academy, through different methods of better understanding generations. It's not until we do that this is gonna change. So whatever you feel towards it, just try and take a step back and remember that it's just a phase and it's just a cycle. Like this is not new and this will go away, this will pass, and hopefully we won't have to pass it on. Thank you for following Generation What, and I will see you next week on Generation What. Generation What is out.